Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to Cooking with Chef Tarantino. Today we are going to do a dish called, well, used to be called chicken brine. I ran a contest last week at the restaurant that I have here in Georgia, and asked our guests to throw me some ideas of stuff that they'd like to see, just to be creative and fun and do some new stuff. And I saw a unique dish called chicken brine from a guest named Joe Arnold. And Joe Arnold, thank you very much for participating, and I picked your dish. And the reason why I picked Joe's dish is because it's something different. I never heard of it, and because it's from a chain restaurant. So what I'm going to do is kind of make that dish my own, and Joe asked if we could do that dish because this was one of his wife's favorite dishes. So we're going to recreate that dish with a Tarantino's twist on it, and hopefully it tastes fantastic. Now, I've never made this dish before in my life, so we're going to have fun and learn how to make this together. One of the things that you can get from the video is, some cooking techniques, and see how I do my sauce and how I do the side and the reduction and stuff like that. So there's some useful tips out of it. We're going to cut some stuff up. But first, before I go into that, my name, for those of you that don't know me, is Joe Tarantino. I'm an executive chef, restaurateur, operations consultant. I have several pages that you can follow me on. I travel all over the place, cooking with different artists, celebrities, businesses, collaborating, and just getting our products out there to the world. I have big dreams, and those dreams are coming true. So if you have dreams, keep dreaming and dream big. Forget about the negativity that's going around everywhere. And if you're focused on your dreams, you're not even going to notice what in the world's going on around you. Because let me tell you, I have no time for news or anything. I just need to know what's important so I can continue on with my goals and dreams. And if you guys do that, man, you'll have such a better life, actually, following those dreams. But anyway, let's get to cooking. Oh, first, I would like to thank my sponsors. The knives I'm going to be using today are from Kemikoto, my first corporate sponsor. They sent me these beautiful knives, super lightweight. I did a demonstration, a quick one at the restaurant in Georgia, and they are phenomenal. And I'm going to be posting on the Tarantino's Little Italy page of Statesboro, Georgia, how you can save money on these knives using my coupon code, where you can get a nice discount on these knives if you're interested, especially if you're involved with culinary and everything. And let me tell you, they are beautiful knives. Super lightweight, well balanced, love them. I also like to thank 5 Points Market of Statesboro, Georgia for giving me a home to run my product out of 4 days a week, so we can continue to share that Tarantino's brand that started in 2014 in the small town of Reedsville, Georgia. I'd also like to give a big thank you to Daniel Chevrolet, who's of Swainsboro, who is also a sponsor and has helped us produce our first episode of Cooking with Chef Tarantino that's been submitted into 4 major networks, and hopefully we'll be hearing back from them sometime in the future once this pandemic subsides. So a lot of great things. Also, if you'd like to be a sponsor, you'd like to be on the show, you'd like to cook with me, collaborate, share your business, or if you're an artist, maybe do a song after we cook together. I travel all over the U.S. I'll go anywhere you guys want, have some fun, and share to the world. I mean, the social media thing is great. You can reach everybody from around the world. So it's a great way to get your product out there and have fun doing it. I mean, what's better than food and entertainment, So we all need to eat, and we all like to be entertained, especially during tough times. If you would like to sponsor the show, there's several different ways you can do that. I'm on Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Zelle. I'm on YouTube as Chef Tarantino, which is a restaurant consultant page, which is great to help servers, cooks, restaurateurs, some people that want to get into the restaurant business and open up, investors. All you guys need to check that out. There's so many ways I could save you thousands and thousands of dollars. So subscribe to my YouTube page. It's called Chef Tarantino. This video will also be on there, but many other videos. So it's pretty much covers everything, but some great tips for those of you that are in the restaurant business, whether it be pre-existing or it's existing now. You put these things into effect, you're going to save thousands and thousands of dollars. So this is a way that you can help support the show, which gets us better equipment. I finally got a new camera, better sound. For those of you that have been watching and following, we've been struggling with that, but it costs money to build this stuff up. So as we move forward, you'll see the quality of the cooking and the videos go up and up and up and up and up as people keep joining in and helping out and sponsoring and so on and so forth. Because we're gonna continue to grow, and eventually I'll have a team that'll help with this, and it'll be so much better. So in the meantime, we're going to have fun and use what we have. What was another thing I was going to tell you guys about before we got started? Oh, and don't forget, I got a book coming out soon. It's an inspirational, first of its kind, inspirational cookbook, at least that I know of, where it's going to be called Chicken and Pasta by Chef Tarantino. And there's going to be a story about, in the beginning, there's going to be several of these books, and they're going to cover different parts of my menu, from entrees to appetizers, desserts, the whole 9 yards. And it's also going to have, the first book is going to start how I started in the restaurant business and all the struggles and everything. And then the story is going to continue on with each book. So there's going to be a short story in the front, a true story, and then you'll have your recipes on the inside. And the reason why we're doing that, and I'm putting that, my personal life, in there for you, is to help those of you that do have dreams and inspire you to go after those dreams. And there's always a will and a way if you're aggressive and you have that can-do, will-do attitude. So let's get to cooking. If you have any questions, please. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the social media platforms. My business email is jtarantino1972@yahoo.com. Please feel free to connect with me if you're interested in sponsoring. Temakoto's name's going to be going on there. Daniel Chevrolet's going to be going on there. And 5 Points Market, we're having a new banner created with these sponsors. And if you're interested in that, that's something else. And by the way, the collaboration doesn't cost you a thing right now at all. So if you want to collaborate with your business, let me know so we can have some fun, because it's going to help both of us. So, all right, so let's get started. This dish, chicken brine. All right, so what I did is I already pounded out the chicken. I did that at the restaurant and brought this back to the house so we didn't have to mess up anything and worry about too much cross-contamination. So what we have here, I wanted to do a side. I guess the dish originally came with mashed potatoes, but we're going to switch it to risotto. We're going to do a white wine risotto to go with the this chicken dish. And I would like some suggestions on what we should call this chicken dish. So, because obviously we can't call it that name because it's not going to be exactly, and it's not our dish. This is a remake with a Tarantino twist. So anyway, you can get arborio rice at pretty much any shopping center, and it's a great rice. It's to make risotto with, and it's fantastic if it's cooked properly. So I'm going to show you how to start that. Also, the dish called for sun-dried tomatoes. I went and picked up some artichoke hearts. I'm a big fan of artichokes. So we're going to have artichoke hearts also in this particular dish. I got some fresh basil here, onion, garlic, all these ingredients you can get at your local grocery store. You don't have to have it all imported. Save yourself money. You can do gourmet dishes at home anytime at all. Please let me know where you're from, where you're watching from. Give me your feedback. All right, so we're going to get some oil and get this started up. We're actually going to start getting that risotto taken care of. So we're going to add a little bit of olive oil. All right, about a cup of rice. We're going to sear this a little bit, or saute this rice a little bit. Throw this away. Don't mind my mess. About a cup and a half of rice. Turn on my little burner. I'm going to get the chicken stock ready, which you can purchase at any local grocery store. Let this sear up and then season everything. Everything seasoned to taste. There's no, people say little salt and pepper, just put a pinch in, taste as you're cooking, and if it doesn't taste right, you can always add more. Don't do what I've done before and add too much, because then you kill it. And then after you get experience, you know exactly how much you want in there the more you cook the dish, whatever dish you're making. All right, so get that rice sauteed nice. All right, and while that is going here, let me get a nice sizzle on that. And then while this is, the rice is cooking, we're going to start cutting up our stuff. And remember, guys, there's no wrong way of cooking anything. As long as the end result tastes fantastic, you did a great job. Everybody's like, well, that's not how I do the rice. That's not how I cook the pasta. That's not how I do this. Are you happy? Are you cooking it? cook it your way. Have a blast. If you're happy with it and it tastes fantastic and your family loves it, you're doing a great job. However, I've seen some crazy things. I remember I was in the grocery store and I was with a friend and she said she was going to make me lasagna. I'm all excited. Yeah, someone's going to make me lasagna. It's going to be great because, you know, I cook Italian food all the time and it's nice when someone, I've never cooked it for myself. And it's nice when someone else cooks it for you. So we're shopping at the grocery store. She's getting all the different things and everything. And then we get to the dairy section. I'm thinking she's going to grab the ricotta cheese. Cottage cheese. I about lost my mind and I didn't want to say anything because we just, you know, we just became friends and I'm thinking in my mind, oh my Lord, she's not really going to put cottage cheese in the lasagna. And I wanted to say something so bad. And then after a couple minutes went by, it was killing me. I had to say, you know you got cottage cheese, right? Oh yeah, that's how we make the lasagna. Oh, okay, well that's cool. I never heard that before. In my mind, I'm like, oh my God. But I have to tell you, it came out pretty good. Would I ever use it? Absolutely not. But it did come out very good. Pretty funny. So there really, like I said, there's really no wrong way to cook anything. There's traditional ways of cooking things, and it's totally up to you how you cook. All right, so now that this is nice and warm, I'm gonna add some chicken broth, or chicken stock rather. Let that sizzle. Now you're gonna have to keep adding as this, because this is gonna absorb that broth, and it's gonna start expanding. So you're gonna have to keep adding as needed. So we're gonna need to keep an eye on this. Let me add a little bit more. All right, so we're gonna get some garlic. Oh, that was beautiful. That came out so easy. I'm gonna add a couple cloves. Just set this over here, out of the way. You don't want to get those hair, that peeling in there. But these things cook beautiful when you're indoors. Get that risotto going nicely. We need a spoon out for testing. This is going to go much quicker than I had anticipated. So what we're going to do is turn the heat down on that and let that slow cook so we have time to cook everything else up. Put that down on a low heat. All right. And do the garlic. You can do the garlic any way you want. You want it fine diced, you can do the fine diced. You want to have it nice and sliced nice and thin, you can do that too. I'm going to do it thin. No, we're going to use 1 clove. That was a nice piece of garlic. Set that aside here. Now let me tell you what I did. I'm going to be honest with you, that's not parsley. I wanted to get some Italian parsley for garnish to go over the top of the dish. And evidently, I wasn't even paying attention. The cilantro was in the parsley bin, and that evidently they were out of parsley, and I grabbed cilantro. So we're going to throw some cilantro on this and see how it tastes. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, something doesn't look right. So we're going to add this to the top. Add that, put that to the side right there. Actually, we'll use an ingredient bowl. Guys, make sure when you cut, and please keep those knuckles tucked in. Oh my gosh. Nothing drives me crazy more than when I'm training people and they have their fingers like this. Their fingertips sticking out, cutting. That is the worst thing you could ever do. You may have done it for years. Everybody says the same thing. Well, I've been cooking like that for years at home, blah, blah, blah. Well, you get into a restaurant, remember, you've got 100 people moving back and forth around you, behind you. So yeah, you can cut like this all day long in your house, by yourself, cooking for your loved one, whatever, nobody's gonna bump into you. Someone whacks that arm as you're going down, boy, that fingertip is coming off, especially if you have a great knife set. And dull knives are the worst. Keep your knives sharp, because you're pushing down harder because they don't have a nice edge on them, and a lot of times that knife will slip and it'll end up cutting you. So please be careful. Try it. I know it feels awkward. It felt awkward to me too when I first started cooking, but please keep those knives, those knuckles tucked in. You want to use your finger as a guide, and your thumb can slide Your thumb should never come past the gar too. Your fingers are the gar. Please, 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 please keep that in mind. All right, so we're gonna add a little oil to this. We're gonna add our garlic in there. Now let's cut up our onion. Don't mind my runny nose. I don't have the corona. And since I moved to Georgia, these crazy allergies. I should have put some music on in the background. I'm trying to do this dish as fast as possible for you. I have to be at the restaurant at 12 o'clock. And guys, remember, those of you that want to cook with me, I don't care where you're from. I'll come to you. This is not just about Georgia. My home base is Georgia, and obviously I have a restaurant that's now going to be open 4 days a week, Tuesday through Friday. And we're going to start dining in soon, hopefully, as long as everybody's health permits it. All right, so we're going to dice this onion and do it super quick. We're going to put a slice in the onion almost all the way through. In half, almost all the way through. And then what we're going to do, go down like this. Okay? And then watch this. See on my knuckles? That's enough onion. And see how it breaks apart, nice little pieces? We're just going to use a little bit of that. Alright, so we're going to be sauteing those onions. This needs a little more stock. Let me see if this rice is close. No, I don't even need to try that. That definitely is not close. Oh, for the love of God, do not use metal in a Teflon pan. That drives me crazy. We'll put these in a ingredient bowl, and I'll wrap these up and use these later for when I come home and cook myself a hot dog. Honestly, that's what I do at night. I don't cook anything once I get out of the rest. It's not fun to cook for yourself. My enjoyment is cooking for you guys. A little more. You can actually cook off. Alright, very nice. Definitely not ready yet though. Not even close. Alright. We got that going. I'm going to season my oil. I'm going to season my flour. I'm going to put this on a low heat. And you want to cook till the onions are almost translucent. Be careful not to burn your garlic. You burn the garlic, a golden brown is okay, but do not let that sucker turn dark brown, because if it does, it's going to change the entire flavor profile of your dish. Okay? Alright, so let's open up the artichoke hearts. These are quartered. Careful not to cut yourself on these cans. I've done it many times. I'm going to drain it. And put these in an ingredient bowl. Then we'll wrap those up later. Obviously, we're not going to use all those artichoke hearts. And don't be afraid to use any cheese. Someone made a comment on one of my posts about the type of cheese we're using for a demonstration. Use whatever you want. Don't worry about anybody saying, well, that's not real. Is it real in your mouth? Is it real on your palate? Is your palate enjoying it? That's all you got to worry about. Risotto coming along nicely. Then what we'll do is once that's close to ready, we're going to add some white wine to that also. Oh my gosh. You can add, let me tell you, there's a million things you can do with risotto. You can make a vodka risotto. You can make a white wine risotto, red wine risotto, steak risotto. I mean, you can pretty much do anything in the world with risotto. It's very, very versatile, and it is fantastic. Get a nice sizzle going on here. All right, we got everything chopped we need chopped. Let me cut some basil up. keep thinking I gotta push down on these knives. I'm so not used to these knives. Are beautiful. All right, so put that in there. All right, so I think we got all our ingredients all set. Oh, it's smelling beautiful. You want to get those aromas going in the oil too as well. Flavoring it up nice. Let's see, we need to add some butter to this. Break it down a little bit so it goes a little faster. Now obviously in the restaurant, I'll be doing this a lot faster than what this is, but it is a dish that takes a little bit of time, and the risotto I'll already have pre-made. I'll cook off all this, wherever I put it, all this risotto at once, package it, and then it'll be powder cooked, and then I do it to order, so this way you don't have to wait this long for your dish. Okay, now the original recipe just calls for grilled chicken. I'm not big into that. I don't have my gloves with me, so I'm gonna have to wash my hands after this. I like to put flour on my chicken, and I like to saute it in the pan with the oil. What the flour does, it seals in the juice of the chicken, makes it more tender. This is how you do your chicken marsala, veal marsala. All right, we're gonna blast this heat just a little bit. Put that in there. You can also season your chicken breast too if you want, ahead of time. Lightly dusted with flour. All right, now we're gonna add some artichoke hearts. And some sun-dried tomato. All right, wash my hands off real quick. Joe, you got it smelling great here, my friend. Thank you for this dish. Get this out of the way. Risotto's looking good. We'll add the basil after. Oh yeah, this is nice. This chicken's it's breaking apart almost already. Oh, and be careful, when you pound out your chicken, use the flat pot. Make sure you have a mallet that has a flat pot. Or very small ribs on the other side, those dimples on the other side. Because if you hit the chicken too hard, it's going to smash on you. And believe it or not, this was a chicken I picked up from Walmart. Look at that, so pretty. Got the onions on there. Now, I got this chicken from Walmart. You know how thick those are. You want to butterfly the chicken, and I'll throw a video up. I'm pretty sure I think I showed you guys, but I'll show you all again how to butterfly that chicken. So this way, obviously you're not going to pound out a chicken breast that's that big. So you're going to take it, you're going to butterfly it, and then the chicken opens up like a butterfly. That's hence the term butterfly the chicken. And then you want to put it in plastic wrap. Put the plastic wrap over so you don't have the splash effect and get salmonella all over the dang place. Oh, it's coming along nicely, smelling beautiful. Get a little bit more of a sear on that. Garlic's starting to turn golden, so we'll be adding the white wine soon. Excuse me, the lemon juice and the white wine. Well, that's working. This is the goat cheese. It says cut it off in medallions. That's all we need of that. We'll put this away, it's getting soft. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. See how that chicken, that chicken just broke apart like that? Make sure it's still recording. All right, so now we're gonna add a little bit of lemon juice. Now some white wine. You know, experiment with the different white wines too. Make whatever white wine you want. I'm gonna add a little, I'd say about a glass. 3/4 of a cup. All right, so now the chicken's almost cooked all the way through. That's why you want to pound it out, not only for tenderness, but it's gonna cook quick for you. This should be very close to done. That was my coffee pot. Oh yeah, this is gonna be beautiful. All right. So we got our sun-dried tomatoes. We got our basil right there. Our garnish right here. I'm gonna add a little cheese to mine because I love cheese. This is gonna take about another 2 minutes. You see how long the risotto takes? It takes a minute, so you want to start that way before. This is pretty much almost done. Give a sample to this. Oh boy. Beautiful. All right, so let me grab a plate. I'm gonna add a little bit more butter to this. I'm gonna remove the chicken. Set it on the plate. Could have had a better sear on it. I'm gonna add some more butter. I guess we can get this cutting board out of the way. We're done with this. Now we got a nice little sauce going here. This will probably taste good with capers in it too. Yeah. And if you're cooking in the morning, this is very important. If you're cooking in the morning, make sure you have a sip of your coffee, keep it going. All right, that sauce is done. Now we need to get this risotto done. Risotto is like pasta. You want to have it to the bite. It is now about 99% done. And what I mean to the bite, you should be able to bite through it, not where you have to, or there's a snap to it. It should have texture to it. Like bite into a cheeseburger, if you will, a medium well cheeseburger. There should be some tension there when you go through. Not a snap, or you shouldn't have to break your tooth. But you want bite to it. You don't want to overcook it and it be mush. Remember, you're not making mashed potatoes. Same thing with pasta. It drives me crazy. All right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to get another plate because I'm not obviously going to eat all this risotto. Remember I told you could power make it, and that's what we did. So we're going to take this, let this chill in my fridge for a later time. And then we're going to use this to make our dish, to finish our dish off. So this will go in the fridge in a few minutes. We're going to turn this back on. Now we're going to add white wine to this. And oh my gosh, I think I forgot the heavy cream. All right, so let that reduce. Let me check and make sure if I got my heavy cream. Thank you, Jesus. I got my heavy cream. Make sure we're in date here. Yep. A little bit of cream. course, cheese. So we needed the cheese anyway for the risotto. Lots of cheese. You're going to want to let that thicken up nicely. Where's my tongs at? We'll use a fresh set for this one. All right, so we got our chicken here. While that's reducing, let me turn the heat down this so we don't burn it. Now I gotta be scrubbing pans here in a minute. Fresh basil. Risotto's just about there. Now we're going to take those pieces of cheese, and they're going to melt on their own right on the top. Oh, that looks so pretty. Oh yeah, this risotto's just about done. If your risotto is running on the sides, too much cream. This is the texture you should get. Almost there. So anyway, you know what? We're not even going to add that silly cilantro. Although I might just do it just to try it. Move this out of your way so you can see that better. Look how pretty that is. Now I would probably put a lemon wheel on that just because it's a lemon white wine sauce. Alright, and then we'll do a side, which I do not have a side dish with me. Alright, well anyway, we'll just put it on this plate for right now, but we would put this on a small side dish. And I would recommend, you could do a sun-dried tomato risotto. I don't know, whatever you want to put in the risotto. I'll think about what I'm going to make. I don't know if I'm just going to do a plain risotto. But anyway, now the risotto. Now actually you can take the risotto too, put it in like a small styrofoam cup about half like that, pack it in, set it down, pull up, and it will stick together. Oh boy, I got a big mess. We're going to put some fresh basil over the top of that. And there we go. Now this one, now mind you, this would be on a side dish. Or if we were to do this, we could take a larger plate and put that on there and then have this risotto on the side. But here we go. Now you guys come up with a name for this dish. Let me know where you're watching from. Tell me what you think. We have a lot of fun doing this. If you're interested in cooking with me, let me know. Make sure we shut this off. Joe, again, I appreciate everybody that participated in those dishes, the rollatinis and all that. We're going to do some fun stuff. So every week, I'm going to ask people to throw up some dinner special ideas, and I'll pick one out of there, and we'll run it on a Thursday, Friday, or just Friday. We'll just see the flow of business and how much time I have to work on the dish and create it to see logistically how it'll work in the restaurant during our dinner rush. Because obviously I don't want to make people wait or take on anything that's going to be too challenging, especially when I get those pizzas. Those 20-inch pizzas, they're a task, especially putting 60-something pepperoni on that pie. All right, well let's taste this real quick before we go, and then I got to get to work. Let me get another knife to try this with. You also need to try that risotto. Let me get a fork. Now see, the risotto that I have there, now say tomorrow night you want to do a mushroom risotto. You would take that risotto, little oil and seasoning in the pan, put the rice in there, get it warmed up, throw your, sorry. Start off with whatever you want to put the risotto with, whether it be mushrooms, steak, like say you have leftover roast beef, prime rib, whatever, you cut that up, saute it in there, then add your rice, the cream, and you got a steak risotto. Wow, mushroom risotto, beautiful. Take some kale, go to the grocery store. I got tons of ideas. If you need any ideas, you let me know. All right, we want to try this with this cheese, because I've never had this before. Oh my gosh, that cut. Guys, these knives are unbelievable. Let's try this. That's a fantastic dish. That's a great dish. Another thing, they said to strain the onions and the garlic out of it. That I did not do, and I don't like it with the cilantro, just so you know. I like to keep that in there. And you can also, if you want, if you're afraid that you might burn the garlic and the onion, sauteing the chicken with it like I did, do the chicken breast first. And then go ahead, add butter, add your onions, add your garlic, and then build your sauce, and then add the chicken back to it if you want. You don't have to do it all together to save yourself from burning anything. That actually would be the proper way to do it. Let's try this risotto. See how it's not falling? See how it's... Okay, thank you, Jesus. Anyway, see how it's staying nice on the fork? It shouldn't be runny, watery, and if it falls off like that, that's okay. Guys, risotto is unbelievable. Not just because I cooked it. Remember, when I say the stuff is great, it's because I love food, not because I'm egotistical. I think I make the best food. I had to learn it from somewhere. So I had great chefs, mentors, my grandparents, people from all over the world that I cook with. I've been running restaurants for 20 years, whether it be a chef or a restaurant operator before I even started my own. So all this stuff, yeah, a lot of it I come up with, but that's because of years and years of experience, and it's something that I love. And when you're passionate about something, these ideas just come to you. Kind of like a contractor. They can just build houses. They see it in their head and they just build it. Well, same thing with the food industry, the car, whatever industry you're in. Yeah, if you're passionate about it, it's easy, and you have a love, and I love the food. So, and I appreciate everybody that taught me what I know. So anyway, I'm gonna finish my coffee. Now I got a giant mess to clean before I go to work and clean another. Well, thank God for Marcy, because she takes care of cleaning for me there. But I might have to get her to come here and clean this. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, sharing. Joe, thank you for the dish. We're gonna run this as a special on Thursday, so I'm gonna have to get some more sun-dried tomato and some artichoke hearts, and we're going to do the risotto. I'll cook that up in bulk. Thank you so much. Please contact me if you would like to sponsor, be on it. I mean, I got all kinds of things going on, and I appreciate everybody. That risotto is really good. I'm going to kill that as soon as I get off here. But I don't have much time left. I got to hurry up and get to Statesboro. Thank you guys so much. I love y'all, and until next time. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be cooking in Fort Lauderdale with Urban Mystic. Wonderful young man. Just got off the phone with them last night. We're setting up a date. A lot of great things are happening. A lot of fun stuff that I get to share with you guys. And a lot of travel. So we'll be cooking in all different places everywhere. And that's another reason why I'm only going to be open 4 days. Not just so I'm cooking every dish for you, but so I have time to work on this other part of my dream, which is traveling and cooking and collaborating with people around the world. So you guys have a blessed day, and I will see you soon.